It's strange how one moment can change your entire understanding of life. Sometimes it's a scream, sometimes it's a whisper, and sometimes it's a question that hits you like a punch to the chest. For many people, that question comes quietly, late at night, long after the noise fades. A question you can no longer avoid. Why am I not living the life I know I'm capable of? Not the life others expect from you, your own life, your own potential, your own destiny. Maybe you felt that, the sense that you should be further by now, that you shouldn't be so distracted, so inconsistent, so pulled apart by temptations and impulses, that somewhere inside, something stronger is waiting for you, a version of yourself that's disciplined, clear, unstoppable. But he or she hasn't been allowed to come out yet. You see glimpses of that person. When you wake up early once, when you finally say no to something that drains you, when you stick to your word for a day. In those tiny moments, you meet your real self. And it feels good. It feels right. But then, life happens. Your phone lights up. Your comfort calls your name. Your old patterns pull you back. And that powerful version of you fades like a dream after waking. You know that version exists. You've met them. You just haven't lived with them long enough. And that, more than anything, is what Ryan Holiday's Discipline is Destiny is all about. It's a book about that version of you. The version that is waiting behind the door of self-mastery. The version that appears when you commit to discipline not as punishment, but as a path to freedom. Before we go deeper into this journey, hello, I am Alloy, and welcome to Audiofybooks, where you will find excellent audio summaries of books in a very easy and interesting way. If you want to learn from new books, do subscribe to the channel. Let's get started with today's book. Now, let's step into the world of self-mastery. Imagine this scene. A young man named Edwin is sitting alone in a cramped room. The year is 1860. His father has failed multiple businesses. His mother is sick. Edwin's own dreams feel impossible. The world sees him as shy, awkward, maybe even fragile. But he feels something inside him, a fire. A belief that if he can discipline himself, shape himself, control himself, he might create a different destiny. A destiny no one expects from him. That young man was Edwin Booth, who would go on to become one of the greatest actors in American history. But what got him there wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It wasn't connections. It was discipline, self-control, so deep that it reshaped his entire identity. Ryan Holiday begins with stories like Booth's because discipline has always been the foundation of greatness. No one becomes exceptional by craving comfort. No one becomes powerful by obeying impulses. No one shapes a remarkable destiny without first shaping themselves. The truth is simple. You cannot control the world, but you can control yourself. And when you do, the world bends. Discipline is not about restriction. It is about liberation. It frees you from your lesser self. It frees you from your weaker patterns. It frees you from the chaos that keeps you from rising. But this isn't something magical. It's practical. It's daily. And it begins, Ryan Holiday says, with your body. Think about it. How many dreams are killed by tiredness, laziness, exhaustion, or lack of energy? How many opportunities die because someone is too inconsistent, too reactive, too emotionally unstable to follow through? Before you build your future, you must build your physical foundation. History shows this again and again. Take Queen Elizabeth II, who reigned with dignity, clarity, and grace for over 70 years. That kind of longevity isn't luck, it's discipline. A routine, a lifestyle of stewardship over the body and the mind. She understood something crucial. Discipline is housed in a human body, and if you neglect the vessel, the mission dies. Stoicism teaches that your body is your first tool. If you cannot control your appetite, your sleep, your impulses, or your energy, you will not control your destiny. But discipline of the body is just the beginning. The harder part is discipline of the mind. Be ruled by reason, by virtue, by what is right. It sounds simple, but simple is not easy. Many people fall not because they're bad, but because they're undisciplined. They speak without thinking. They react without pausing. They chase pleasures that weaken them. They let emotions drag them like a storm. Ryan Holiday explains this with the story of Charles Darwin's father. Darwin was intelligent, privileged, and capable, but lacked discipline. How many relationships broke because emotions were stronger than self-control? How many dreams faded because comfort won? Discipline is destiny, not talent, not luck, not intelligence. Discipline. But here is something people misunderstand. Discipline is not torture. It is not perfection. It is not punishing yourself. It is choosing what matters over what feels good in the moment. It is saying yes to long-term fulfillment and no to short-term gratification. Discipline is a gentle, firm hand guiding you toward your better self. But the ultimate level, the highest form of discipline, is discipline of the soul. Your character, your values, your morality, your integrity. Because what is success if you lose yourself along the way? What is achievement if you cannot respect yourself in the mirror? What is greatness without goodness? Ryan Holiday gives the example of George Washington, a man known for his restraint. He had tremendous power, yet he chose humility, patience, and principle. He had the discipline to step down as president when he could have easily become a king. That is discipline of the soul, choosing right over easy. Not everyone does this. Some people become powerful but lose their discipline. Some become rich but lose their morals. Some become famous but lose their identity. Discipline protects you from that downfall, because the world will try to pull you away from who you are. It will tempt you with validation, with shortcuts, with applause, with comfort, with ego. If your soul is undisciplined, you will fall for it all. But if your soul is disciplined, you cannot be bought, manipulated, or shaken. Now, you might be thinking, where do I begin? How do I build this kind of discipline? How do I become that version of myself? Ryan Holiday doesn't just share stories. He gives principles we can all start using immediately. And they begin with one truth. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your discipline. Let me take you into the heart of these principles in a way you can feel, not just understand. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. Your alarm rings. You have two choices. You can hit snooze, or you can get up. That moment defines your day, because discipline is built in micro moments, not grand gestures. Imagine you're tempted to check your phone before starting your most important work. That tiny moment, where you either indulge or restrain, shapes your focus for the next hours. Imagine you're angry at someone. You can either react instantly or take a breath. That moment doesn't just shape the conversation. It shapes your character. Discipline hides in the smallest cracks of life, not in motivational speeches, not in massive life changes, in ordinary choices repeated consistently. This is how mastery is built. Not by being perfect, not by being harsh with yourself, but by being committed, by showing up every day, by choosing what matters, by forgiving yourself when you slip, but not abandoning the path. Ryan Holiday tells the story of Lou Gehrig, one of the greatest baseball players ever known. But what made him legendary wasn't his talent. It was his discipline. He showed up, every day, for years. Even when he was hurting, even when he was tired, even when things weren't ideal. That consistency made him unstoppable. And it taught the world a lesson. Discipline doesn't require brilliance. It requires loyalty to your mission, to your identity, to your destiny. But discipline also means protecting yourself, protecting your focus, protecting your time, protecting your peace. You must be willing to say no. No to distractions. No to toxic people. No to overcommitment. No to impulses. No to anything that compromises the person you want to become. This isn't selfish, it's essential, because every yes you give takes energy away from your purpose. Now let's talk about something people rarely discuss. Discipline is kindness. It is the highest form of self-love. When you discipline yourself, you are saying, I believe in my future enough to act for it today. Discipline is not about being hard on yourself. It's about being faithful to yourself. Let me take you even deeper. Inside you, there are two characters. One is your lower self, emotional, reactive, lazy, easily swayed. The other is your higher self, wise, patient, committed, steady. Which one wins determines your destiny. But they are both you. You have to choose which one gets the steering wheel of your life. Every disciplined action feeds the higher self. Every impulsive action feeds the lower self. Whichever you feed becomes stronger. This is why discipline is destiny. Because your disciplined self is your future self, the one you dream of becoming. Imagine your life 1 year from now if you practiced even half the discipline you're capable of. Imagine your health. Imagine your finances. Imagine your relationships. Imagine your self-respect. Imagine your peace. That version of you isn't far away. It's a few disciplined choices away. Ryan Holiday reminds us that discipline is not accidental. It's not genetic. It's not personality. It's engineered, built, cultivated. And everyone, yes, everyone can build it. He shares examples from athletes, emperors, presidents, artists, CEOs, even monks. People from every background, every hardship, every era. And every one of them proves the same truth. Discipline is the great equalizer. You don't need to be born rich. You don't need perfect circumstances. You don't need to be extraordinary. You need discipline. And discipline will make you extraordinary. But discipline is not rigid. It's not cold. It's not robotic. It has warmth. It has humanity. It has purpose. Discipline is saying, I choose long-term growth over short-term comfort. I choose the difficult thing that will make me better. I choose the challenge that shapes me. And when you make choices like that over and over, something magical happens. You transform. The undisciplined version of you slowly dissolves. The disciplined version rises. And one day, you look in the mirror and realize you have become the person you always knew you could be. And that's the most powerful feeling in the world. But this journey won't be easy. You will stumble. You will fail. You will backslide. You will feel tired, defeated, unmotivated. Those moments are part of the process. Discipline is not never falling. Discipline is rising every time you fall. Think of Michelangelo, who spent years shaping stone into art. He said, I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free. Inside you, there is an angel, a masterpiece. Your discipline is the chisel. Your excuses are the dust. Your destiny is waiting beneath the stone. But someone must carve. Someone must chip away. Someone must believe in the statue hiding inside the raw material of your life. That someone is you, and the tool is discipline. Ryan Holiday closes the book with a powerful message. Discipline isn't just about achievement. It's about becoming good, becoming whole, becoming worthy of the gifts you hold within. Destiny is not fate. Destiny is the result of disciplined choices repeated over time. And now it's your turn. Your story. Your destiny. Your discipline. The question that started everything returns again, softly. Why am I not living the life I'm capable of? Maybe today you finally have the answer. And maybe tomorrow you will begin the journey. Because discipline is not the enemy. It is the doorway. It is the bridge between who you are and who you could be. It is the quiet power that shapes your future, and it begins the moment you decide. So choose yourself, choose your destiny, choose discipline, because the world is waiting for the strongest, most disciplined version of you. And that person is ready to rise.